is important to us. Please hold the line.
All operators are busy at the moment. We apologize for the wait and will answer you shortly. Our operators are busy at the moment. Your call is being transferred. Thank you for calling.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the hotline. Boy, do we have an awesome episode for you today. We've got so much going on already. Welcome to the show, everyone. Nico of the Entertainment Connection with John Murdy, special guest, and Mr. Leatherface himself. Look at that.
Leatherface, what in the world did we get such a star?
How did we book him? How did we book him? That's the question. I can't believe it. What a find that we have here.
Winners got to make guest appearances, you know.
Leatherface, you son of a gun! I can't believe you slipped into the finales of Maze Madness. I can't believe you won the damn thing. It was rigged. How did you do it, Leatherface? You son of a gun!
Just a lot of love, you know, from the community. A lot of gore, a lot of everything, you know.
I can't believe.
Very proud. I'm very appreciative of everyone in the community. Yeah, a lot of hard work went into that maze for sure.
I'm crying. This is so funny. I never knew Leatherface could talk so well.
Such an eloquent man. Who would have thought?
I had a lot of time to practice. I'll tell you. All right.
Oh man. Well, everyone, welcome to the Madhouse. Here we are. We're gonna do some wild speculation. Finally, a year without you, Leatherface. And so far, we'll see.
We'll see how long Leatherface can stay, because, man, it's sweaty and smelly. I'm not going to lie, just like the maze.
It's like going to be leather stank, dude. Oh, my God. Hello to everyone joining us live. I see you guys lighting up the chat. Always a pleasure to have you guys with us. Today, we have a jam-packed episode. We are going to be talking about the brand new HN Nightmares speculation map. Now, for those of you who are unaware, Horror Night Nightmares is a group who do speculation maps every year, hinting at what might come for the HHN season. So today, we're talking 2025, baby. We have our first, I guess, official map. We had one in December. I just can't with fucking Leatherface nodding his head.
Leatherface is gonna leave for a second because, man, it's getting sweaty in here.
Round of applause for Leatherface, everyone, for joining us on the stream. What a good guy. What a good guy. Champion Leatherface. That son of a bitch.
Oh man.
Shout out to everyone who voted Cinema Slasher, the maze that should have won Maze Madness, but here we are. We're dealing with the fallout. It is what it is.
You gotta get your friends to vote. You gotta get your friends to vote if your man win.
And that's in real life too, friends. All right, so check this out, everyone. This is the official Horror Nights Nightmares map for 2025. As some of you may know, they've gone away from just straight up saying, hey, we think that this house is going to come this year. It's more now moved on to like cryptic little symbols. So we're going to try to decipher them today as best as we can. So again, this is focusing on Hollywood. Although, let's take a look at the Orlando map real quick. You can see a couple of similarities there. A couple of names pop up twice on one on each map. Those are typically our shared IPs. But again, today is all about Hollywood, baby. Gentlemen, what are your first thoughts on this map, on the newest map that we've got?
It's a lot easier to figure out than the Christmas map.
Yeah, that's for dang sure.
That HHN and then Nine Nightmares map was too hard to decipher for that first one. So this one, we have a pretty clear picture on what we think might be at Horror Nights this year.
Sure, yeah. Mr. E, what are your thoughts, man?
It's good to see there's some returning spots. Soundstage 12 again, if that's truly going to be used again. Love that. More sound stages. Interested to see if the Mummy is still going to stay on that map throughout time. I guess we can get into that later.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, again, looks like what this is. Wait, is this 9 mazes? No, there's the Terror Tram. 8 mazes.
Yeah.
So
8 mazes plus the Terror Tram.
Another eight maze year. So that's just the norm again. So yeah, I mean, I'm just happy that we're gonna keep using Soundstage 12 right now. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So far, it looks pretty good.
Far,
there's some hope there for sure.
Yeah.
Let's check out some of these comments real quick. Oh, Larissa, you and me both. Hello. I almost didn't join because I was so sad about Leatherface winning. Well, we know Mr. E felt very happy at that, you son of a gun. Aiden, what's up? Good to see you, man. Maniac, right? Maniac. Yeah, it says, if Jabberwocks come back, we riot. I'm still waiting on the Jabberwockies on jet skis, man. I was pretty sold on that show. I don't know about y'all. I really like that. Vanessa Ann, hello from Orlando. Greetings. It's very late for you over there. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. Yeah, Julian, no Wyatt 6 maze. I'm sad. It does appear that the WWE rumors have kind of fallen off for now. That's the beauty of speculation season. You never really know, man. It's so hard to know for sure. Let's see. Maniac also, can we not do Monstrous 3? Last two were mid. Literally the same layout. Let's get something else. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about that for sure. Mr. Disney King says 6 IPs this year, 5 houses, 1 IP for Terror Tram. Big IP year, potentially. But I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, it seems like maybe they're trying to catch up to maybe what they didn't have last year in terms of attendance. Do you guys feel that same way?
Yeah. I mean, it really depends, right? Like, we're going based off of these symbols, and this year it's interesting because it's not saying IP or original. Like, what was the thing they did last year that made us kind of know? Oh, there was that film reel at the top, right?
Yeah,
that was like, that was an IP.
Yeah.
So frankly, like, we still don't know how many of these are actually IPs and how many of these are originals.
Sure.
But I could see that, like, yeah, they want to make up for last year. Maybe there's more funding for this year. Maybe they were able to get more contracts this year compared to last year, kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, again, guys, this is speculations, right? We don't really know for sure if there's 6 big IPs yet, but we can speculate that there will be. So, yeah, I don't know what else much to add there, but other than just remember rumors and speculations right now. All right. It's not, we don't know for sure.
Yeah. Nico, you got any thoughts, man?
Yeah. I feel like Orlando is very good at doing their original houses, and Hollywood is really good at doing IPs. So I think if Hollywood just sticks to more IP-based houses, the crowds will come back. That's just really all I got with that.
Sure. And Albert, bringing a good point up here. No Universal Monsters.
True.
But maybe a Scarecrow. We'll talk about it. All right, let's get into this map, folks, because there is a lot to cover. It's pretty nuts. Let's see. As always, let us know your thoughts in the chat, and we'll get to it. So we're going to start with this first symbol on the map that could mean just about anything at this point. It's a film strip with blood dripping down from it, or some sort of goo. I don't know what it could be. I mean, honestly, my mind goes to the very first rumor that we've had for a while now, or one of the latest rumors. HHN 365 talked about Scream possibly coming to Horror Nights this year. Scream 5 and Scream 6. One of their insiders, Legacy, said that it might be a Scream 5 and a Scream 6. And we talked about it last time that we were live. They do partner with, I'm sorry, they partnered with Paramount last season. And so, I don't know, the chances I feel like are pretty strong that this might be one of the IPs this year. The logo also made me think of the Stab logo. I don't know why. It made my mind go there for a second. But yeah, gentlemen, first thoughts on Scream potentially being confirmed with this new symbol. What do you guys think?
What are you thinking, Nico?
So, like, my first thought with it was Slaughter Cinema, because that's been on the rumor mill for a long time. But the thing is that Orlando also has this symbol.
Right.
Oh,
right.
Good connection.
So
Nice.
Orlando does a Slaughter Cinema 3. I don't think this is going to be Slaughter Cinema. With Scream, it could be Scream, because what's your favorite scary movie? You have the film reel right there.
Right.
That's the only thing I'm finding. Like, why can't I ever find words on these things? In correlation with the symbol. But then I was also thinking Sinister. Sinister has a lot to do with film reels and just movies and how the children kill their families, whatnot. I also am thinking about The Ring. The Ring would be an awesome house to have at Halloween Horror Nights. We've seen The Grudge 2 at Not Scary Farm. I think that's one of my favorite IP-based houses ever at a theme park event. So having The Ring be at Horror Nights would be a fun little treat to have.
Sure.
Yeah,
that would be cool. Classic. Yes. Bring back a classic that I know scared a ton of people in our age group for sure, man. Like,
true.
But yeah, man. All right, Mystery, what do you think, dude? What's up with this bloody film strip?
I'm gonna go a little deep with this one. I see someone almost has like the same. It is Albert. It has the same kind of idea, but just go with me on this one, okay?
We're ready.
We haven't had a Orlando icon yet, right? We get scared out here to have icons and stuff like that. But we're starting to see more and more that there is a connection between commercials and all that kind of stuff with Orlando and Hollywood. They're starting to do more just advertisement together.
Sure.
And so, you know, if we're talking about these big movies that are becoming this year, these big gory movies, why not have that all being controlled by the one and only director? We have the director in his own maze. So I'm thinking very gory, very movie depicted area where he has his own films going on, but also it's a good way to get him to kind of control the parks, right? Where if he were to have big movies like the Terrifier, or if he has Scream and he has, you know, all these other big and scary gory movies, like, this is a great way to have an original maze, bring an icon that works in both parks to take over both parks. Now, that is like a far reach where honestly probably won't happen, because when icons here, we'll try one and we'll give it one year to try and then give it and then be like, nah, it didn't work out.
Which is really too bad, man. Which is really, really too bad.
Yeah, we're scared of change sometimes out here.
I guess so.
So if I were to just stick with IPs, I mean, like Nico was saying, Sinister film reels, big thing there. This could be the Terrifier one too. It's a very gory movie. That could be blood falling off the film because it's such a gory film. But yeah, I mean, I would love it to be original with a director connecting both parks.
Yeah, I like it, man. I like it. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm always of the viewpoint of the standpoint that like the original content is what makes a haunt really stand out. Like
Yeah.
Knott's definitely has that legacy with all the characters that they have. Horror Nights Orlando built that legacy out there for 33 now 34 years of these like deeply rooted characters and locations. I don't see why Hollywood couldn't give it a shot outside of them just being a little scared of the whole situation, but.
Yeah.
I say give it a shot, brother.
Give it a shot.
We've done the director once in
we did
I
direct,
believe.
yeah, and we did
So-
Jack as well. We did Jack one year, the
Yeah.
director next year.
Oh,
yeah.
we had the director once?
yeah.
We did in 2006.
Oh.
I think it was 2007 with the director. 2006,
Okay.
I think was Jack.
Oh.
I could get those mixed
Okay.
up.
But like I
know.
said, everybody gets 1 year try and then that's it.
yeah,
And they're like,
exactly.
"No."
But yeah, the thing with the director though is they had this whole backstory how Universal hired him to
Right.
create these films, and then he did all these gory, like real life torture films, and
Right.
then they fired him, but he still stayed on the backlot, kind of like a Hollywood Harry.
Right. Very similar to Hollywood Harry for sure. Yeah.
It would be a perfect time.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we'll see. Again, it is interesting that it's on both coasts. So, what that means, only time will tell for sure. But yeah, very, very interesting. So, next up on our list here is the Parisian Courtyard with this little doll, with this cute little doll. Now, this is, I think, teasing what could be another Monstrous style Latin American Legends house. But I think it's hinting toward maybe something that they gave us a little clue of in Monstrous last year with, a little hint at the Island of the Dolls, La Isla de las Muñecas, which is very reportedly haunted and spooky and all kinds of things. So I think chances are pretty high that this could be something based on that. I mean, we had a little hint of it in last season's house where they reused some of those porcelain doll masks in the house. So, gentlemen, what are your thoughts on maybe another Latin American house coming to the Parisian Courtyard?
It's almost like guaranteed, right? Like that's kind of become the spot there. It's like Parisian Square is now where they'll have the Latin houses and stuff like that.
Right.
But what I'm worried about, this could be a terrifying maze. Like it really could. It could be a really scary one. But man, the reuse on this is gonna go crazy, dude.
Oh,
like
for
the
sure,
reuse,
man.
costumes, of prosthetics, of just everything, dude. Like it'll be an original, quote unquote, original story, but we've done it like so many times with toys. We've seen these characters before. We got a glimpse of it in last year. And whose part was it? LC Bone's part is where we saw them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so it's kind of like I don't know. I'm saying this now, but then maybe this is going to be my top maze, right? Like this is this is going to be the Texas Chainsaw Massacre of last year.
Sure.
So we'll see. In my opinion, I feel like we could take a little break from the Latin mazes. They are scary when they're around, but last year was just super duper weak. The first Monstrous was strong. But last year was super weak. So I'm worried because this could be a reuse of just what there's laying around in one of those sound stages. It might not be great. Who knows though? Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Monstrous 2 was already kind of that, with the Charro Negro, like that. We saw him in the scare zone years prior when we had La Llorona. So yeah, absolutely. Nico, what are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I kind of feel the same. This would be year 4 for a Latin urban legend house in that location.
Yeah.
So it's kind of getting burnt out like Halloween.
Yeah.
So if we could take a break from this for a couple years, that'd be fantastic. But if we do get it, like Mystery said, maybe it will be one of our favorite houses. just we're going to be seeing a lot of repeats from toys, and just I don't know how much it could really do with the Isle of Dolls.
Right.
But
Yeah, is that long enough of for it to be an entire maze, right?
Right.
Without feeling like, oh my god, we're just walking through like the same route the entire time that we've done previous years. Like it's just the same boo holes in the same spots, and then it's just dolls instead of the freaking Monstrous, and that's like, come on, oh yeah.
I mean, exactly. Yeah, that's my biggest fear too, because like it wouldn't be the first time that we've seen something like that happen. It certainly won't be the last time that we see something like that happen. But yeah. Very, very true, man. All right, I'm gonna check on some of these comments real quick. Somebody said Megan too. I mean, I honestly though would not be mad. I mean, I
wouldn't either.
I that over another Latin American Monsters house. Yeah, let's do it, man. Because I wanted Megan when the first movie came out, and I was very surprised that we didn't really get a whole Megan house, and I loved her little segment in the studio tour. So that would be pretty fun. KS says La India Maria house. Just a comedy house. Let's do it, man. I love it. I'd love to see it. Ariana, speaking the truth over here, I'm so over Murdy trying to do Latin American legends. And if you're going to do it, A, hire somebody who's from that region to write it. And B, also just focus on one monster, bro. It doesn't have to be 3 for 1. Just flesh one out. Give us one start to finish. A good story the whole time, man. Yeah, Albert. So look for reuse of the toys costumes. Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go.
Mary says it's a small world. That's a nightmare in and of itself. Yeah, that's true, man. That's very true. Julian shares the same thoughts. Like maybe let's just focus on one of the monsters. There's enough lore there to really make it happen. Kira seems a little scared of the island of dead dolls. I mean, yeah, it would be pretty scary. They're going to reuse the house again. Yeah, they're just going to, Mr. E, to your point. They're just going to look through the warehouse and pull things out.
And then there's going to be a big doll head that comes out of you as a puppet, puppet at the end. And...
But, okay, so I was just thinking, if it is Isle of Dolls, so the whole story is, I think this guy, I believe this guy lives on an island, and he found a doll in the water.
Yeah.
So he hangs up dolls to protect them from evil spirits. What if the dolls like have spirits in them? So it's more of a like a paranormal house.
Okay.
With
like a possessed doll house
and spirits instead of just dolls.
Yeah, that would be fun, man.
Is Muerte in the front again?
Yeah, where does Muerte fit into this?
Muerte, but this time Muerte's in a boat this time. Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, that's the latest with the Parisian. I mean, we should start seeing that go up in the next couple of weeks here. I think we'll get a good clue at what it might be. Maybe by mid-June. I think I don't know. The schedule's all funky now because I feel like last year we got a good look at that facade first, specifically a really good look at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. So moving right along, we're gonna stay in the upper lot. Now we're going to the H lot with this funny little hat, which could either be Elphaba's hat or I think what it's trying to hint at is Scarecrow, which is a very interesting. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys.
Timu Danny Elfman blew it.
Danny Elfman. So this is the owner, operator, creator, mask maker of Grim Stitch Studios. He did let it slip that they have a large order coming to LA of Scarecrow masks. There has been a little bit of talk about it potentially being a scare zone, but it looks like HN Nightmares thinks that we may get some sort of a sequel or maybe a repeat of Scarecrow, The Reaping. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts?
So
such excitement in the studio. I love it.
I would rather take the Isle of Dolls maze than this. If this is just a repeat of 2022, I don't want it.
Right.
Like there's nothing really much to say about this. We know what the maze is about. There's not much you could really do to make it an original again. Hollywood is very good at just repeating mazes over and over and over again. So
They're too good at it. They're too good at it.
Yeah. And the fact that they rebuild the maze from scratch and it's the exact same is wild to me. It's wild. It's insane. But I just no excitement from me for this maze. If it's in Hollywood again, even though it was one of my favorites, it's just I'm just sick of repeated mazes over and over and over and over.
Especially when it's been less than like 5 years, man. Like I know that we're very spoiled by HHN. Technically we're supposed to get new houses every single year. So when we get a repeat, it's like meh. But also like give it a little bit of time. Let me miss it. Let me miss it a little bit. Even though there's talks that maybe the Insidious house in Orlando is going to come back exactly as it was last year. So maybe it's a curse that's starting to sweep the HHN world. That hardly, man. It hardly happens in Orlando, but all signs are pointing toward Insidious returning out there.
Whoa.
So it might just be something that HHN is going to start doing on both coasts. Go ahead, Nico. What's up?
Sorry, just last thing. I think it would be cool if we got a Wizard of Oz style maze with the blow up of Wicked.
They got the rights to Wicked.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
I think that'd be a sick house.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well said, man. What are your thoughts, Mystery, on Scarecrow potentially returning?
I do think it's funny that the last two original mazes were just kind of like the last two of our reactions have been really dull after just talking big game about original mazes. But look, the problem is like seeing Scarecrow the Reaping. I just see it as a promotional aspect of this. Like this is just promotion for Horror Unleashed. Like I feel like you're gonna walk out of this and there's gonna be a sign that says, "Now you can experience it at Horror Unleashed." I forget the freaking day, but after this day in 2025. Or wait, no, or is it gonna be
18th,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So it'll be like go experience it again if you want at Horror Unleashed, which I think is I really hope that's not the situation, but I hope it's a sequel. If we get a sequel, okay, I'm okay with it. And like we implement the scarecrows, like we get them into a house. Like let's get it going. Scarecrows versus crows. Like let's do that. Let's get our Edgar Allan Crow versus one of the scarecrows, and I want to see that go down, but yeah, man, like I'm just seeing this. If it's truly the first Scarecrow the Reaping, it's just going to be promotion for Horror Unleashed, and let's not do that. We tried to do that with Chucky, when we had him at the end of the Terror Tram that one time. It was all just for promotion of the show. And look what that led to. The show does not exist anymore. It can't get a reboot, which sucks. But yeah, man.
Very true, man. Very true. I want to go through some of these comments. They're really good. First of all, praying this will actually be Scarecrow, Murder of Crows. That'd be pretty cool. The crows are fighting back, right?
Yes, like, do it. That would be great.
Yeah, like crows versus scarecrows. I like it. Albert says Scarecrow 2, the reaping continues. Or I like Scarecrow, the reaping reaps again.
Ooh.
And then Mary corrected it and said, Ariana, it's Scarecrow's Murder of Crows with a Z.
Get it right.
Very true. We got to get the Z in there. We got to get it.
Yes.
Now, this is kind of cool. Low-key hope that if they do decide to do Scarecrow 2, let it be centered around King Crow and have them take over the whole city during the Dust Bowl. Oh, okay, like a Scarecrow purge. Look at that.
Okay.
Murdy, whatever you have, throw it away. That's your concept right there, dude. Throw it away. Go back to the drawing board. Back to the drawing board, dude. Mr. Disney King says, doesn't HHN Hollywood are like known for repeat mazes? Oh, yeah, baby. We specialize in it. Hoping it's a sequel house. Yeah, man. A lot of shared sentiments in the comments for sure. But, I mean, to be fair, it was a really good house when it was here, to your point.
It was.
Very good house. But, yeah.
It was.
I want to see something else, man.
the same could be said with Curse of Pandora's Box. Like, I loved it its first year. I thought it was
Sure.
so creative and so cool. But then, like, let's just take the pandemic out of it. We
Sure.
got it again the following year,
Yeah,
and it just
exactly.
didn't hit the same.
No.
Right.
They
Maybe
shortened it
that's because of
somehow,
the
you know?
COVID protocols. They did not shorten it. It only felt short because they didn't have the curtains to kind of like block the
Separate
scene,
it
so you
out.
could see
Interesting.
everything ahead of you. So
Huh.
it felt shorter, but it was the
Interesting.
exact same house.
Very
Wow.
interesting. Rotten Eddie brings up that there's been a lot of talk about there's like a specific number of scare actors in a scare zone, typically one of the front scare zones. I mean, sure, I would honestly, I would much rather see it as a scare
Yeah.
zone
Yeah.
than as a
Yeah,
house, in my
definitely.
opinion, unless it's like a super unique take on the house and not an exact repeat. Because again, it's just weird to have Scarecrow out in Vegas and then have it in Hollywood, and then to not have Universal Monsters on either coast. Like, that's what you're trying to push. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
And if we're gonna keep using the crows, you know, like then might as well just make that the main entire scare zone.
Sure,
Right? Let's not
sure.
mix it up. Let's just have
Yeah,
it's the crow. Like people love that. It was huge. It was very popular. Going and check on the crows over in their location.
sure.
And so might as well just do that as the entire scare zone and have the scarecrows with the chainsaws. Like let's just do that.
Sure. Yeah. Totally agreed, man. Totally agree.
Yeah.
All right, so now we are moving on in the speculation map to what could be a pretty big get this year, which does seem to be confirmed on a lot of different sources. I think it's safe to say that this is probably one of very few leaks this year that is coming true, potentially. We'll see.
Yeah, man.
Terrifier could be coming to Halloween Horror Nights 2025. I think there's a good bit of evidence there, sprinkled out throughout, like interviews and what have you, Twitter posts, responses. Gentlemen, what's your thoughts on Terrifier heading to HHN 2025?
Dude, if this, oh my God, if this becomes true, like this can be, this will be huge. In my opinion, this will be huge for Horror Nights, for just Terrifier in general. Like, if they don't cut back on the gore, we might be back into the gory days of Halloween Horror Nights, man, with Terrifier. Like, it could be awesome. I really hope it's true. I know that the whole team in Terrifier are so gung-ho about just the movies in general, I can't talk right now, in general, that they will, I mean, this will be promoted like crazy. And like, you know that, oh my God, what's his name who plays Art the Clown? Does you guys remember? I'm blanking.
I mixed up his name. Let me look it up. Art the Clown.
Before the comments are going to get to you.
David Howard Thornton.
There you go.
David Howard Thornton. Thank you. You know he's going to want to scare. Like, he will definitely want to scare in this maze for a couple nights. So it'll be jam-packed for sure if this is true. And you know, I really hope this becomes a reality. I mean, like you said, John, like the signs are there. Like people can't keep their mouths shut this year, I guess. Like,
not at all.
Every year, Horror Nights is like a ship with a million holes in it, leaks everywhere. And this one, I think, is probably the most damning one, the most like obvious one. This is probably most likely gonna happen.
Oh my God. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's nuts. You know, I haven't seen the movie. I know Mary just commented on it as well. But it's a huge hit. It's a trilogy now. I mean, Mr. E or Nico, have you guys seen the movie?
Oh yeah, I've seen all three, bro.
Oh damn. Okay. What about you, Nico? All three as well?
Back to back. Blow up all around me because I couldn't handle it.
All right. Nico, what are your thoughts on Terrifier, man?
So I would be super excited for Terrifier to come. I think this will be a Chucky style line where it never gets less than an hour all night long.
Sure.
Because everybody wants to go through it.
100%.
Oh yeah.
I do hope it's an original story. I don't think the movies are bad story wise,
Sure.
but I would just like to see like Art the Clown's Funhouse or something like that, and you just go through his funhouse, different torture scenes, different murder scenes, so on and so forth. I think that'd be cool. But also trash bags. Trash bags could just be like an awful horror movie that they decided to choose, like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Just switch it up a bit and just throw an awful.
Willie.
Yeah, but no, I think this is Terrifier, and I'm super excited to see Art the Clown at Horror Nights. I think Nights will sell out.
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah.
100%. We're gonna go right back to that for sure. Because like last year, we had a couple of sold out nights, but not like years prior. I feel like maybe 2022. I want to say like every other weekend was sold out ahead of time, even. And then definitely like as the weekend approached, they would sell out. So it's pretty nuts, man. I think it is a huge get for them. And the chat seems to be pretty excited about it as well. Let me check out some of these comments. Mr. Disney King says, I'm shocked that Terrifier is coming to HHN and Hellraiser has yet to come to HHN. Very true. Murdy has, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, boys, but he did mention that in the past it got pretty close. Yeah, it got pretty close, and that it's something that he wants to happen. So we'll see. Never say never.
About the IP, man. Yeah.
Mary says this Terrifier like trash. I guess what it is.
Movie to find out.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. No spoilers. No spoilers.
No, he carries his tools, Mary.
Yeah,
his tools
his
are in that
belongings.
Bag. Yes.
Kira says the Terrifier would be legit terrifying for sure.
It would.
Yeah.
KS says we better get Art the Clown merch and Clown Cafe. Ooh. None of that TCM treatment from last year.
If I can add, like Nico, I know an original story would be great, but dude, there's so much content in the 3 movies, especially in 2 and 3 that they could work with. Like Clown Cafe is like that, for sure that's going to be its own room, all of Clown Cafe, because that part in the movie is just disgusting, man. And then I saw some people talking about a certain kill from the first movie in the comments, the crotch chop. I don't think we're gonna see that in Hollywood.
No.
If we do see something like that, they're gonna change it up a little bit. Like it's gonna be either the other way around, or the person will be clothed, or it'll be it'll be chopped already. You won't be able to tell who is what, but I don't think we'll see that scene, to be honest. We had at one point in Holidays in Hell.
Yes, I'm so glad you're bringing this up. Yes.
We had the turkey guy for Thanksgiving, and people were disgusted by that they had to remove it. So I don't think we're going to see the crotch chop. Okay, sorry guys.
Yeah, I'm glad I have a picture.
And I hope we don't. I hope we don't. To be honest, I hope we don't. The crotch chop.
People even have a problem with children being in the dark Christmas scare zone.
Yeah,
back in the day, where they had to remove the children because people got offended. So
interesting.
If you do a Terrifier house, you better make it extreme. You better make it gory, and you better not care what anybody thinks.
I thought we had already established that HHN is not for young people.
Yeah,
we have. Kids. Come on.
We have.
Come on. Ariana says. Well, that's true.
Exactly.
Yearly reminder. Ariana says it will definitely bring out the crowd, so it would be a smart move. Yeah, for sure. Mr. Disney King, where's your Christmas spirit, dude? I think Terrifier will get dropped as the season progresses.
No.
You never know. You never know. That's the problem with these IPs, is that truly you never know. And now we talked about both Curious George tents. H-Lot? Yeah, H-Lot tents.
Yes,
I'm blanking on the name all of a sudden. Mr. E was out there today. This is a look at what's going on at the H-Lot. We do have a tent, one of 2 tents that usually goes in that spot. So we should see some interesting construction in the weeks following. It'll also be interesting to see if we enter from this side or from the side, if they're going to try to hide the facade a little bit better, because this spot is it's a notorious spot right now. for people being able
yeah,
to see the facades.
Yeah.
it's not the way
So
of
is this-
Insidious last year.
Right.
True. Is this tent 1 or tent 2?
I don't know, to be honest with you, man. I think,
I think-
I'd have to look back on the other maps. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I would think it's tent 1, but also Murdy was like tweeting about this. He was like, "All right, everybody, go and take your pictures and stuff like that." So don't be a jerk and cover the facade, okay? If you want us to go take pictures of it, all right? Chillax there, Mr. Murdy.
You heard it
Chillax.
here, John. You heard it here.
Hey, I'm not a part of this. Not a part of this.
Look out, Nico. He's behind you. All right. Changing pace here for just a second. We're going to talk about the Tram, which is currently completely unknown by HN Nightmares. I mean, everything is very up in the air when it comes to the Tram. This could be literally anything. It could be an original. It could be, the return of Hollywood Harry or Larry Larva, or it could be a Blumhouse compilation. I don't know, gentlemen. What are your guys' thoughts on the Tram?
Nico.
I would like to see something that actually fits the theme in that area.
Sure.
Bates Motel might be a little iffy, but I would love to see an alien invasion.
Okay.
Tram.
Yeah.
I think that'd be super scary or fun. Yeah, that's all I really got. But I'm over Tram, to be honest.
Fair. What about you, Mystery?
Yeah, I'm wondering why they're using this sign for their unknowns. They decided to get all fancy with it. I don't know, underlining own and stuff like that. I don't know. I look at
Target.
this. Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly.
Target owns the IP, so that's
It's gonna be the dog running around.
Yeah.
Spot. It's a Spot Tram. The
Yeah,
terror's a Spot.
Terror spot there. I mean it's safe to say that a fallback could be Horrors of Blumhouse. What else? To be honest, I really don't know. I don't even care to guess what the Tram is because it's done. So man, it's
Yeah.
it's yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're talking about the same song and dance with original houses. Man,
yeah,
this is rinse and repeat.
Yeah,
Lipstick on a pig.
Yeah.
Just.
Oh, this is kind of. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say if it's original, that would be cool, but I don't know, man. Originals are hard to come by over here in Hollywood. So
yeah, for sure. Mr. Disney King brings up an interesting point. I mean, they got to put Universal Monsters somewhere this year. I guess they could take over the Tram. To your point, Nico, it would be kind of cool to do a classic Hollywood kind of take on the Tram, where you walk by the Bates Motel and it's actually Norman and Mother coming after you. You go through the War of the Worlds, and it's an alien invasion. They always have that new area that's behind the Bates Motel now, which is kind of used for the picture cars now, but last year it was used for Megan. They could really shape that to be anything they want. By the way, Bruce is gone from that area. The hanging shark is gone, which is interesting.
Don't know where it's going.
Yeah, I don't know where it's going either. Hopefully it goes back in the park, man. I miss being able to take a picture with Bruce.
Yeah, that's a cool
Justice for Bruce, dude.
Bruce.
But yeah, so honestly, it could be anything. But I think the general sentiment in the chat is very much that, hey, Tram, it's had a good run. let's just maybe not. Pumpkin Poop says we need an icon for this. I agree. It needs to draw. It needs to draw. To Maniac's point, unless the theme for Tram is that good, it's gonna be empty over there, and it kind of has been the past couple of seasons.
Yep.
2017 Titans of Tram. One of the better uses of that area. I enjoyed it. No.
I like the Freddy. I like the Freddy Krueger part. That was my favorite.
Sure.
All the different
that was
forms of Freddy. Yeah.
Julian says, "I'm tired of the Tram. I want a new route. Take us through Little Europe." Yes.
Oh, he's Team Nico.
Team Nico all the way, man. Honestly, that would be so sick. Tell your boy, Nico.
Screaming this from the neighborhood. Get us
Tell
all
your
up!
Come on, you cowards! But yeah, all right, very, very interesting
Hey,
there,
baby.
folks.
I want little Europe as a Tram sometime, please. Take me out to dinner. Bing bong.
Take me out to dinner.
All right, next up on our map is this funny little symbol here, a little ghost inside of a magnifying glass. Now, it's very interesting because it doesn't really denote anything that's super iconic from a movie or from a property. I have a theory that is a very far stretch, but hear me out for a second.
Ooh, let's hear it.
Legendary Truth is something that it's a property or an IP, or I'm sorry, an original from Orlando. The Legendary Truth has a little ghost hunting unit, the Spirit Seekers. They were part of this haunted house from years ago that was really, really clever. Could we see the Spirit Seekers on both coasts? Probably not, but it's something that I wanted to see because allegedly this house, what is it, the Wyandotte Estate was probably one of the coolest. It sounds like one of the coolest haunted houses that you could probably go through. Very Paranormal Inc. in its vibe. But yeah, gentlemen, going back to our little symbol. What the fuck is this? What's going on here? What is this?
Well, I'll tell you what it is. Miss E is the one who came up with this. I think it's genius.
All right.
We are finally, and he's finally getting the respect he deserves. This is Zach Baggins' Ghost Adventures. Finally. We've been waiting so dang long for him to get his own maze. And he's done it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man.
Oh, hell yeah, man. It's going to be you're just walking through the house and he's going to come out of closet and be like, it scratched me, bro. I felt it. I felt it, man.
No.
And you go to another room and it's like, did you hear that? Did you hear that? It said, I want to kill you.
Did you hear that?
Is the ghost
Your
making
Piper
joke,
pick a
or
pickle
is he
pepper.
being serious?
You know what?
Oh
I would
my
pay to
God.
see that. I'd love to see it. Let's do it.
It's him and his crew just going around. What was that? And we're like, was that the ghost, or was it just the winds through the house? Yeah. No, but
I
on
like
a
it.
real note, I'm just going based off of kind of like what the community has been saying. Like the far-reaching one is again like Beetlejuice, especially the sequel where Lydia does her ghost hunting TV show, or like speaking to the spirits of the outer world or something like that. So magnifying, searching ghosts. I don't know. And then I mean, there's the other one which I'll let y'all take more of because you've seen the other ones, but of course, Scream, you know, we've been talking about it earlier with Scream.
Right.
HHN Legacy talked about, like, we'd probably see a version of that. I've only seen the first Scream movie, so I couldn't tell you what the other ones, how that would be represented. But again, magnifying glass, searching for ghosts, searching for ghost face. Who's the ghost face, you know? But yeah, those are my three. Very much hoping it's Ghost Adventures.
I like it. Nico, what do you think, man?
So I actually like the Spirit Seekers idea that you had. I think
dude.
I think it would have been awesome if they implied that into Universal Horror Hotel.
Oh, okay. That's fun.
And now,
now
we get a new adventure with the Spirit Seekers in some other location that John Murdy comes up with. But on a more, I guess, serious note, like that was kind of serious. But I was saying that I think that it's green just because there's a ghost in the magnifying glass. You're always trying to figure out who the killer is. So that's my main pick for that location.
Sure.
Also, the Conjuring. Even though it's at Six Flags, we don't know if it's going to be back.
Right.
We don't know
for sure.
how long Six Flags is going to have that IP for.
Sure.
Yeah.
But who's the couple? from
the Warrens,
Conjuring.
Ed and Lorraine.
and
Oh,
Lorraine.
Warren.
Lorraine Warren.
Yeah, the Warrens are trying to investigate this house, see what's possessing their children, possessing the family. So I think The Conjuring would be cool. Also, I would love for Horror Nights or any theme park in general just to do the Woman in Black.
Sure. Yeah.
Investigate the deaths of the children in the city or the town, and then discovering this whole backstory of the Woman in Black and her child, and how her child died, and now the Woman in Black is seeking revenge on the townsfolk. So those are my top 3.
I like it, friend. The chat seems to have a different theory.
Ooh.
It's one that I can actually get down with, but a lot of Scooby-Doo love. Tons of Scooby-Doo.
Oh, there you go.
Seeing the mystery machine pop up outside of the house. Yeah, man, I like it. I mean, listen,
cool.
that would be pretty fun. That would be pretty damn fun. They already have the rights to it. I think it would be very fun. Along the same lines, I mean, Treehouse of Horror would be cool too. Everyone's always talked about that. But yeah, Scooby-Doo would be fun. Casper, this is kind of interesting.
Okay.
This is kind of interesting. Amblin Entertainment. They work with Universal all the time, so it could go. It could go for sure.
Yeah.
DC Thrills, all the way from Orlando. Shout out to you. Says crossing my fingers that they bring The Conjuring for this one. The Conjuring is definitely again a name that has been floating around quite a bit. It would be
white whale right there.
Yeah, it would be a cool get for sure. It would be a really cool get, and yeah, with the new one coming out this year, I mean, it would be pretty cool. This is probably the leading theory right here, though. It's a frying pan ghost pancakes. I mean, yeah, I think that's what it is. It's going to be a ghost cafe.
Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
What is it? Spirit Seekers. Scream. We got it all wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
The pancake ghost house.
We're so off. Yeah.
It's a Waffle House maze. I can't wait. All right, moving on to the lower lot. We've got what could be Soundstage 15. This symbol, I mean, it's pretty unmistakable too. This is another one that I can consider basically one of them big old leaks. Fallout is coming to HHN 2025. Now, I haven't played the games specifically myself, but what about you, Nico? Have you? No, so we're completely in the dark about this one. Yes, but no, honestly, my roommate let me know, who has been playing the games for a long time. The vaults get pretty freaking scary.
Oh, shit.
Because in the grand scheme of things, it's about a company, a corporation who is like, oh, we're going to prepare for the future after the atomic wars. The atomic wars happen. Turns out that the vaults have been used for evil experiments. So when you explore these vaults trying to get your goods, it's pretty dark and twisted in these vaults. So again, I think it's pretty unmistakable what they're trying to say here on the HN Nightmares map. Fallout. Gentlemen, your thoughts on Fallout at HHN?
That'd be super cool. I did play Fallout 4, like the beginning of it a little bit, but then I kind of fell off because I got back into other video games. But with that picture of that zombie, if those are throughout the house, that could be extremely terrifying and a lot of fun. There's also a mobile game called Fallout Shelter, and there's like these little like roach bugs that attack your base and whatnot. You could also have other, I guess not civilians, but what would you call, not poachers? What is the word? Like
bounty hunters, or
like poachers or hunters, like trying to break in, steal all of your supplies and all that. Those could be in the house. That would be super
smokers
cool.
In the distance. Those kind of
stations.
But if it's not Fallout, I think it would be cool to have a gladiator maze at Halloween Horror Nights.
Wait, like based on the run?
Oh yeah, why not? But leading into that, what about Nightingales? Because Nightingales did have Blood Pit, which was a gladiator house.
Yeah,
with the Nightingales. So anything can happen.
Sure.
Anything can happen.
Mystery thoughts on Fallout at HHN?
So I saw the show. The show's good. The
Okay.
second season's going to take place in New Vegas, so it takes place in Vegas. So
Okay.
that is the second game in Fallout, I believe. So it really depends on what this maze is going to follow. Is it following
Sure.
the show or is it following the maze? The show is an Amazon Prime exclusive show.
Right.
So
That's why rumors are
maybe-
persisting that it's based on
the video game
franchise.
Okay.
Yeah. Much like
Yeah.
The Last of Us wasn't based on the HBO series, but it was based on the video games as well.
Got it. Got it.
They may be trying to stay away from the whole TV thing.
That's a good idea, yeah. But I do know there's ghouls, which ghouls
Right.
are essentially, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember how they're like undead people. Like it's kind of like this, but they don't look they kind of look a little better. I mean, this is a type of ghoul, but they're out in the other world. They're kind of bounty hunters, like you said, Nico. Like some of them are bounty hunters. They have to feed off of human blood, like that's one
Okay.
of the things. And so yeah, just ghouls all over the place. Of course, you'll have people who live in the vaults, all down there too. And it's really, to be honest, it could be a little bit like Dead Exposure and just kind of re-theming Dead Exposure, what they had beforehand. I hope that's not what's gonna end up happening, but it's very plausible that they could easily do it that way.
Sure.
Yeah.
This one's again very interesting because when I think of Horror Nights, I'd certainly the first game that pops into my mind is certainly not Fallout, but Julian has a point here. I've played 10 Fallout games. They are spooky.
Hey, okay.
I have played none, so I will take your word for it here.
We trust you, Julian.
Hannah also says, I love those games. A
There we
vault
go.
full of ghouls would be amazing. I mean, certainly, it does make me think of Dead Exposure from last year, like the military facility and them all popping out at you. Yeah, what's up, Nico?
So, kind of like Universal Horror Hotel. And then the next year we got Evil Dead. Do we think that Dead Exposure was not originally supposed to be at Horror Nights last year?
Okay.
It was supposed to be Fallout.
Okay.
So that's
I mean,
what we got instead. And then this year,
sure.
just a
Who
thought.
knows? I mean, it does what the freaking van crashes into kind of does look like the vault doors that I've seen in the show. So, hey, bud, could be onto
The
something
whole
there.
facade.
Yeah,
Everything.
anything can happen in the magical world of horror IP. Anything can happen, truly. KS says, absolutely restored my faith in HHN being able to make this into a maze. This would be dope. I mean, I would be certainly, at the very least, curious to see it. Allison says, definitely down for the claustrophobic vaults. Yeah, that alone would be very spooky. And Ariana triggered Dryland. That's a myth.
Just sand getting thrown in your face.
Damn it. Aiden says Terminator. Yeah, Terminator 2 going down.
There we go.
The fire thumb. But, I've actually been saying it for years. I would absolutely love to see Terminator at HHN. Even just the first one. The first one is basically horror sci-fi, man. It's basically Michael Myers, but he's a future robot. You know what I mean? Like, it's there.
Yeah.
I could see it. And this next one that we're going to talk about, continuing down the list on the lower lot, this one would be a pretty big get as well. Down at the T-pad, we've got a security camera. And speaking of video games, I think there's a video game that, where you use security cameras to check out a spot throughout like an abandoned little like a Chuck E. Cheese, right? Yeah, I think it might happen.
Man.
Five Nights at Freddy's is probably coming to HHN 2025. I mean, again, I can't think of anything else with that security cam symbol. And yeah, I mean, I'm seeing SC finally. They've been sleeping on this since the first day that damn movie came out. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts on Five Nights at Freddy's possibly heading to HHN 2025?
Don't get my hopes up, man. Like this is one of those situations, man. But I mean, look, we've been getting a little taste of it the last 2 years, right? With the experience inside the DreamWorks theater.
Right.
Then there was the photo op after the Tram. It's like, come on, what are you doing? Is this kind of like the Islands of the Dolls in front of Monstrous? Are you teasing us? Are you getting us ready for something? But it's interesting to have this in T-Pad too. In my opinion, this should be a soundstage maze.
Absolutely.
Of course, locations can change, right? Like we've seen that before with these spec maps. So I really hope this gets moved into a soundstage. But again, this right here will bring in the fans. However, I'm hoping it's not bringing in the young fans. I'm a little worried. I mean, I know Five Nights at Freddy's has been around for a long time. I remember watching PewDiePie play Five Nights at Freddy's like freaking 10 years ago. So I'm not that young little guy anymore. However, there are a lot of forms of Five Nights at Freddy's, like the video game. There's freaking hundreds of different versions now. So I'm worried that this kid's gonna be like, "Mommy, FNAF is gonna be at Horror Nights. Can we go?" And then he goes the year that Art the Clown's also there, and then now this kid is scarred for life. So it's like, do we really want this year? So yeah. Like it. I would love it. But I'm worried what crowd's going to be drawn in with it too.
Sure. Now, to be fair, Five Nights at Freddy, the movie, is PG-13. So technically, nobody under the age of 13 should be seeing it without adults. But, whatever. Nico, yes.
Yeah. I liked the movie. It was okay. It wasn't scary in the slightest for me. But I think it'd be exciting to see at Horror Nights. You say that you want to see it in the soundstage, but we also got Killer Clowns from Outer Space that was not in a soundstage.
Very
and that
true.
did pretty well.
But it could have been better. It could have been better in a soundstage. It could have been better.
Yes.
There's so much more you could put with soundstage,
But I think the big costumes would work fine if they make them like soft material, kind of like the clowns that were in Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah,
so the scares could work.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know, just seeing Fozzie Bear. Oh no, it turned into a Muppet house. What's
Freddy Fazbear?
Fozzie Bear.
Shows you how much I pay attention to this movie or game.
Muppets 3D. Oh no.
Waka.
But yeah, I think it would be pretty exciting. But also, I would like the security camera to probably be The Last of Us Part 2 with the border gates and whatnot you have to go by.
Sure.
That's a reach, but I think that would work better for the film reel. But I think this is Five Nights at Freddy, and it's pretty exciting.
But you're telling me it's possible that we have 2 video game mazes this year? That's
Stranger
crazy.
Things have happened. Like, Stranger Things have definitely happened.
Yes, it's
Stranger
happened
Things
twice.
has happened for 3 years. 3 years.
Oh yeah, 3 years.
Yeah, so, very interesting here. We'll see if it happens. Again, folks, I cannot stress this enough. I should have said it at the top, but this is all speculation. We don't know much. There's a couple
idea.
There's a couple where I'm like more confident, but for the most part, this is all speculation. So don't take our word for it until it's officially announced. Don't shoot the messenger.
Especially not on April 1st.
Especially not on April 1st. Yeah.
We're just a bunch of fun guys having a fun time.
Mystery, you've been on an April Fool's roll, man. 2 years in a row have been pretty good. Pretty good.
What can I say? Tradition.
Well, we're almost winding down our map here. West Side Matador, 2 slashers, 2 video games. That is pretty interesting. But that means too many people in the park for sure, because it's going to be a lot of people coming up for these properties, man. Got him. DC Thrill says, very interested if they go heavy on costumes or huge animatronic type props, like a Quiet Place. That's true. That's a good point.
Both. Let's just do both. Let's do both.
I
¿Por
don't
qué no los dos?
I don't think that would work well in a tent though, because it's so compact.
Well,
But that's
Yeah,
why Soundstage, baby.
yeah, stick it in the UBE or stick it in 15 or 12 or something. Yeah, I think
And
No,
that
that
would
way,
agree,
they're
probably
I
not.
agree.
It's not going to be too hot for the scare actors too.
that
man.
too.
Like,
Because those are some
holy
pretty big
shit.
costumes, man. Yeah, very true.
yeah.
All right. Barry says, nope, I don't need it. Too many video games. Layla says it's probably not Five Nights at Freddy. Maybe Paranormal Activity. I mean, that would be a pretty fun haunted house. That could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
SC says, wish this was in a soundstage. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And Panchito says the same thing. That would be awesome, but why on the T-pad? I feel like it would be better
Exactly.
suited
I
for a
agree.
soundstage.
I agree.
You're gonna see all
The
those
five-
kids rolling by on the tram, excited to go into Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, that's true. They're going to be jumping out of the tram, ready for it. KS says the Five Nights of the Five Nights at Freddy's merch is going to be wiped the minute those doors open, and the maze is going to be a conga line. I don't know, dude. It would be if we do get Terrifier, Scream, Fallout,
man.
Five
Oh
Nights
my
at
God.
Freddy's. It would be interesting to see which one's going to be the longest out of those two, but there's no way that the park has any waits less than 2 hours at that point.
Get
There's no
that
way.
frequent fear pass, people. If that
Yeah.
becomes a reality,
That's-
holy shit!
That's very true. And the last maze on our map is one more unknown property. I'm starting
Yeah.
to think that the own is underlined because it's an original. It's something that they own.
See, that's what I.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
maybe.
I'm
This one
hoping.
is allegedly going to be at the Mummy. And I honestly don't have any clue what could go here. I mean, literally anything could go here at this point. Maybe another Blumhouse property. Maybe TCM again. Maybe Halloween again. Maybe I'm just trying to go down the list of everything that we've seen repeated. Maybe Killer Clowns again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what are you guys' thoughts on this unknown spot?
Since we haven't seen anything that really relates to Universal Monsters, I'm gonna go with
Yeah.
Universal Monsters.
Sure.
Totally.
We've had
Yeah.
a maze in that location before with Universal Monsters Legends Collide.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
it's not unheard of. And as much as I would love to see Creature from the Black Lagoon,
yeah.
I would love to see just a straightforward Dracula maze. We have
Sure.
not gotten that one yet. Dracula was just a Pepper's Ghost effect in the first house.
Sure.
We've gotten Dracula's Brides in 2 houses with Bride of Frankenstein Lives and Eternal Bloodlines last year. And then he had to share a maze again with The Mummy and, who was the other one? Wolfman.
The Wolfman.
Wolfie.
Yeah, for Legends Collide. So I would love a standalone Dracula house, a giant Dracula castle you walk into,
Yeah.
and just get torn apart by Dracula.
Whoa.
But in in Murdy's storyline, Dracula's donezo. He's been staked, man. We saw the body.
Listen, in Murdy's storyline, we're technically all dead because Anubis won at the end of Legends Collide, and that means that none of us
True.
survived.
Very
But
true.
And we also all died
Snap.
in the first house.
That's true. That's true. See, we all die,
With the bigger-
we
yeah.
come back.
We belong
The-
dead. You're right. You're right. You're right. You know what? I'll see myself out. All right.
Yeah, all right. I
Um,
feel the same way, man.
yeah.
Give us the Gilman. Give us the Gilman. But yeah, Mystery, what do you think, dude?
Yeah,
What's
man.
going in this spot, man?
I also think this is unknown in the Mummy queue is because we also don't know if the Mummy queue can be used still.
Right. Right.
Because
Yep.
that project is not stopping anytime soon.
Right.
I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I saw the hillside today. Guys, we're reaching ground level. It's kind of it's crazy what they've done. I don't know what's going on there, but you know, it's getting crazy. And so I feel like that really this is an unknown because we don't know what the deadline is for that hillside. And of
Right.
course, things can change due to weather, due to just like I don't know, contracts and all that kind of stuff
Sure.
for constructions for projects like that. And so I think that's also part of this right now. So this could be also one of those like reuse maze situations if it comes so close to the deadline where
Sure.
we're not seeing anything going up by the Mummy. Well, it might be pulling a Michael Myers or pulling a Leatherface once again, since it was so big this last year, you know. But yeah, like I have a feeling that's another reason why it's unknown. But I would hope, like you said, Nico, like Universal Monsters in the Mummy queue. I thought Legends Collide was pretty good. And that's a pretty good spot to throw the monsters again.
All right, here's a question. If we had to repeat one of the houses that we've seen in this spot before, what would it be? What would you want it to be? I have an answer, but I'll go last. Unless you guys want me to go first, because I already have one. But yeah,
You
what
got
do you
an
guys
answer?
think?
Well, okay, I think if it's an IP, it would have to be one of those that we know for sure we can just get right away. Halloween or Texas Chainsaw, like that's just like a easy grab. Holidays in Hell is also just an easy grab too.
Sure.
Or bringing back the original Universal Monsters maze.
That could be
Like,
fun.
that
That-
too, you know.
I'd be down for that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think for me it would be The Shining. I'd love to see The Shining come back to that spot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, if we would love to see. Oh yeah, well, yeah. I thought we were just talking about like something that's very. Never mind.
No,
But yes.
this is a little fun part.
Hey, it's a little,
Yeah.
This one's just for us. Nico, what do you think, man? What do you got?
Geez. So it has to be a maze that was in that location before?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Man. The Shining would be incredible.
I would love to.
This
see
is
that.
the end 3D would be
Yes.
stupid but silly. Maybe even Clowns 3D featuring Slash.
Sure.
Since we
Taking it
don't
way
have
back.
a Universal
Way back.
Monster
Ooh.
logo on there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like it.
man.
But
That
yeah,
would
The
be
Shining
cool.
for sure. I think The Shining just didn't hit what it could, and
Yep.
I would love to see John Murdy redo it and give it the love it deserves.
For sure.
Yeah.
Agreed. And well, that's going to be it for the latest HN Nightmares map. I'll put it back on the screen for a second just to get one final look at it. Potential IPs. We've got Terrifier. We've got Fallout. We've got Five Nights at Freddy's. Maybe a repeat of Scarecrow. Maybe a repeat or another Latin American house. Maybe Scream. Maybe Paranormal Inc. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, any final thoughts on the map before we go, gentlemen?
I'm changing I'm changing my film reel speculation. I had this at the beginning, but for some reason I didn't think of it. I think it might be The Last of Us Part 2 because it's when Ellie goes into that theater. It's a stage theater and it's also a movie theater because she goes up to power up the theater and there's a giant projector in there. So I would love it if it was The Last of Us Part 2.
Okay.
So changing my
Three
vote for that.
video games.
Another video game.
3 video games, baby.
Video games.
Year of the
And
video
arcade
game.
for real, baby. And arcade for real.
You know what? Let's change the magnifying glass to Outlast also.
Oh, bingo.
Yeah,
What's
Mr.
that one
E-
game called? Is it called It's not Paranoia. I can't remember the one game that people go around in like a house. It's called it's almost like a VR game. Oh, Insomnia, I think. I don't remember, but there we go. I'm blanking. Someone will get in the chat. Last thoughts. Scare zones wise, as we can see, the crows are probably coming back.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it
Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia? Is that what it is?
Phasmophobia. Thanks, guys. There
Thanks,
we go.
Madison. Shout out.
Soundstage.
Julian, you
called
too.
this
Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Dude, and like seriously, if those IPs do come true, we HHN could be back, guys. Like it could be back
That's
after
true.
last year. Like it was an okay year last year, but like woo, this year could be pretty solid. But also Orlando would go nuts if they have those IPs also. I'm not gonna lie.
That's true.
Orlando
That's
would
true.
be freaking nuts too. So
Yeah.
it would be overall, it would just be a great horror nights for both coasts for sure.
Agreed. And again, this is my favorite time of the year. We've got our first speculation map out. It can only go up from here, honestly. The roller coaster has just left the station.
Yes, sir.
So we'll see what goes on next. For sure, we will keep you guys posted and updated on all the happenings. All right, gentlemen, let's wrap it up. Nico, where can everyone find you, friend?
You can find the Entertainment Connection on all social media platforms. I mostly am on YouTube and Instagram. Yeah, the Entertainment Connection, pretty simple, straightforward.
I like it. Mr. E.
Yeah, TLEV Media on all socials. We just dropped a video of our time at WonderCon. Nico was there. It was pretty epic, especially we got to do something with Until Dawn, which was pretty nuts. I'm not gonna lie.
That was
But
pretty cool, man.
go check out that video. There's also going to be a video about the music and horror panel, which was pretty freaking awesome that we got to see. So there's gonna be a lot of content coming out this week and next week. And then tomorrow there's gonna be like a little speculation video. So YouTube's going crazy, TikTok, Instagram, TLEV Media, all across the board.
Hell yeah, gentlemen. Thanks again for joining us. Ariana said it. Speculation season has officially begun. We're here. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Larissa, Julian wants to know, do we get Archie back? I mean, I hope Archie comes back. We only had him for one season, dude. Archie and Otis, the dynamic duo. I love it. But thank you, everyone, for joining us on the live, and for everyone watching us on the replay. Be sure to follow us at the Hauntline, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. And, you can keep posting on when we do these next. And if you haven't already, subscribe, because we have a lot of fun stuff coming up. But until the next time, thank you for calling the Hauntline, everyone. Have a good night.